Hey, it's IdkWhatsRc, and this video will be about Raining Chain. So first of all, yesterday I've done my very first open beta for Raining Chain. So during the event, you could try out the PvP of Raining Chain. So it was a lot of fun. The event only lasted about 1 hour. The main point wasn't really about the gameplay, but more for me to know what can crash the server. And it was very useful because the server crashed quite a lot of time, but now I know what can crash it, and I patched couple stuff. Another concern I had was performance, and everything ran really smoothly. So we were about 20 players in the same map doing PvP, and there were approximately no lag. So that's a really good thing. And another concern was bandwidth, but with all the optimization I've done recently, this was also very good. So in this video, I'll show you roughly how PvP will work. So at any given time, you can press $PvP, and you will be teleported to the PvP zone. In the PvP zone, all the levels are all adjusted. So even if you're low-level players, you can still kill high-level players. Not really sure what just happened. Okay. So my computer had a little bug. But anyway, so yeah, all the levels are adjusted. So this is the first mode. So this will be a free-for-all. This is what people could do during the beta. So it's not really serious. It's just for fun. There's also a little leaderboard in the top right that can tell you who's leading. I've also added the different abilities that you can use and the timer for each of them. So it's kind of convenient. And second mode will be ranked, so it's a lot more serious. You are not upgraded, so you keep your real level, and we'll talk about that more in detail when it will be done. And finally, the third mode will be custom, so you can choose what are your boost. Basically, I want it to be something like Halo 3, where you could do pretty much anything you want for PvP. But once again, I will talk more about that when it will be done. So that's pretty much it about PvP. Another thing I've added, a couple small thing, is documentation for the commands. So in order to do an action, a special action in my game, you need to enter a command. So if you want to add a friend, you go there, you click add a friend, and then you need to enter the name, and it will create, basically by clicking this icon, it create the text for you to add someone. But obviously you can simply type this all yourself without having to go to the friend list. But before, you had to remember like the different settings and what the command really do. But now I've added documentation, so I know that the first parameter is the name. Yeah, it won't really work because I've already added this guy. But yeah. And there's documentation for pretty much all the commands. You can also type help to have the full list. So create a clan chat, go to the PvP zone, skip to the next music, have information about the music, change the preference, and a lot of stuff basically. One thing I've added too is the like for example, this ability is what I call a strike at a distance, and before there were no restriction, map restriction for them. So basically if you were there and you clicked here in the darker green zone, the explosion would actually appear on your mouse. This was kind of a problem because it was far too easier to kill monster, because my monster are not really smart. They can get stuck very easily. So by doing that, it makes the game far more challenging. And I've also added a safely quit button. So that's something that was causing a lot of problems during the beta. So people, well, what I think was happening is two things. First, there were people who were not using Google Chrome, and this caused a little bit of problem. And another problem was when people quit the game, they were not disconnected correctly, and this also caused a couple problems. I've also added an animation when you die. So that's something I mentioned in my last video when I showed the tutorial. And finally, probably the biggest update is mods. So in my game, you will be able to mod the client. Normally in MMOs and other games, the developer prevent people to touch the client. But in my game, it's totally different. You can actually mod the client, and I do support people modding the client. So all you need to do is to type mod, and then you will have this little box. I won't really explain all the detail. Anyway, I'm going to change all that pretty soon. But what you can do basically is two things. First, you can change any picture that you're using. For example, you could change the icons, you can change the map, you can change the look of your character. And how it works basically is that you there's a naming convention. For example, I want to change how the fireball looks. Now they are going to look like this, and I'm also going to change how the bees look, and I'm also going to load a script. So I can simply press enter for script. So for picture, they are always approved. For script, I need to approve them first. I won't really cover how it works in this video because I'm still working out how it will work. But anyway, you do that, and then I'm a bee. Like my script, what it does is that it changed my appearance for a bee, so I'm now a bee. And when I shoot fireballs, it doesn't shoot fireball, it shoots little girls. So that's really funny. And obviously, I'm sure that a lot of people will be really creative to make custom mods. And the mods will be public, that's another thing. Now for security, I mean, not really sure if I will explain all of it there, but long story short, my game will still be secure, so people cannot really take advantage with those scripts. Anyway, so yeah, don't worry, people won't be able to cheat by doing that. So I guess that's pretty much it about this video. I hope you liked it, and see ya.